Hello, everyone. Welcome to our July Energy Report. I'm Peyton, and I'm joined by Corey and Yaila. And in today's video, we are going to read the energy for the month of July. And are y'all wondering where half of this year has gone? Because I know I am. So we're going to start by giving you the energy reading for July, as we always do, from three different angles. So Yaila is going to start us off by reading the energy of our collective. Then Corey is going to give us an astrology update, tell us what is going on in the astrology. And I'll wrap things up by bringing us a monthly message from the Pleiadians. But before we jump into talking about the July energies, I just wanted to take a quick second and send a big thank you to Yaila. Y'all don't notice, but she is the one who edits all of our videos and makes sure we remember to record them and get them to you on a timely basis. And she's never really gotten any recognition for that. So I thought that should change. So Yaila, we love you and appreciate you and everything you do to keep us rolling. She herds the cats, so to speak. So Yaila, I'm going to turn it over to you and let you do a little reading of our collective energies. I know I can't wait to hear what you are seeing.
Well, thank you so much, Peyton, and thank you for the little shout out. I appreciate it. I love doing it, working with you ladies, and it doesn't feel like I'm hurting much at all. So I appreciate you. You too. All right. So my name is Yaila, and I just tap into the collective as we record. So I will have my eyes closed from time to time because I'm just doing a live reading. So let me just jump in and tap into the collective. Give me 1 second. All right, and I always like to ask for a blessing before every reading. Creator of all that is, please bring forth information and healing information for those of you tuning in. Please guide me with clarity and accuracy. Sending you all blessings and love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right. So for the collective, I'm getting actually two colors. So the first one that popped in was a nice deep or a nice bright like violet purple color, and the other one was a maroon color. So let me just see what those two colors are representing for the collective. So the violet that I'm getting it's like exciting downloads, exciting information, exciting creation. It's like letting your imagination run wild for the month of July. And it's like getting excited about what's to come for the rest of the year. There is this, I'm just seeing this like fun buzz of energy for a lot of you tuning in as far as like, this, it's funny that Peyton mentioned, like, can you believe it's halfway through the year? Because it's almost been like our energy, our mind, our heart's desires have been kind of like slow to gear up and kind of get going. And it feels like July, we start to really get buzzed and excited for really understanding like what we're creating. So it's kind of like been gearing up, and it feels like July really starts to like take into fruition. So that's what I'm seeing for the violet. Let me see what the maroon is. And it's funny because the maroon is almost like the opposite of that. Then it's like this big, heavy doubt. It's all of this like deep contemplation, like, can I do that? Is that really possible for me? So it's almost like this, whenever I see kind of like darker or muted colors, it's usually not our true energy. So this is kind of like that outside energy that can pull you out of your deep downloads, and it's like really strong doubt. You get like these beautiful insights and this creation energy, and then there's just kind of like this darker maroon that starts to like pull it down and like poo-poo on the ideas. So those are just some of the energies that you'll kind of be navigating through. So let me just see what is helpful for you, the collective for July, to know. The biggest message I heard from the guides was everything is happening in the right time. And so a lot of that doubt that's coming in, that's kind of like poo-pooing on your great ideas, the great insights, and maybe internal nudges on what to do for yourself. you're in the right place at the right time. So a lot of times we think like, I should be somewhere else. I should be doing something different, should be around other people. I should be different. What the guides want you to know that's helpful for July is you are in the right place at the right time with the level that you're at. And so that acceptance and that surrender to everything is already perfect will actually help you stay more in that violet energy, that creative energy, more of your truth energy that's coming through, if that makes sense how I'm describing that. So just be mindful, you know, when those doubts come in, the way you can counteract that is to remind yourself you're in exactly the right place. You're having exactly the right ideas. You're having the right intuitive nudges. This is exactly what you need in this moment. And so what would you create knowing that all of it's perfect already for you? Let's just see what to watch out for July. Beyond kind of what they already shared with the doubts. What I'm hearing is watching out for other people's agendas or information. You really want to listen to your heart's desires, your intuitive downloads, your higher guidance. That is what is most helpful for you now. You don't want to get information from the peanut gallery. You don't want to take anybody's input above your own heart's desires because they don't understand the next level that you're already tapped into. They only understand you from your past self. So just watch out for other people's influence on your next steps. And let me just tap into any last helpful information for July 2024. The last thing they're saying, there's just going to be a lot more ease and flow when it comes to your energy for July. So there's something about the summertime. Maybe it's being in the sunshine more. Maybe it's having a little bit more time off, time with vacations, a little more time with family. There's just a little bit more ease and flow where you can breathe easier and relax. And so gravitate towards those things that you know make you feel good or that you're being guided to make you feel good. Trust that, and that will also help you keep those inner downloads. Because what I've noticed is when you're getting enough rest, when you're incorporating play into your everyday life, that's when the deeper information comes in. When we're trying to force and struggle and push and get sidetracked on all of the doubts, can I not, we stop our natural intuitive guidance. And so the more you can let yourself be in ease and flow and fun, you will tap into the exact energy that's already there aligning to you for this month of July. So let me just see if there's any last little things before I turn it to Corey. Just the last little messages. This is a time that you get to be excited. So if you're feeling excited or if you're feeling nervous is the same exact chemicals that run through our body. It's just our own brain's interpretation. So if you feel nervous or excited, just know you're on the right track. So hope you have a wonderful month of July. So Corey, what do you have in the astrology report?
Thank you, Yaila. And yes, thank you for all the hard work that you do by editing our videos. And we're so grateful for you. And of course, you're an Aquarius. So technology, that's why you're the one who gets to do it or is the best at doing it. It's in your sun sign. Just can't help it. We're so grateful for you. So my name is Corey, and I am going to be giving you the Intuitive Astrology Report for July 2024. And I loved your message, you know, reading the energy, Yaila, you know, the intuition, because the first half of July is Cancer season, which is water intuition, you know, heightened intuition. It's ruled by the sun. I mean, not the sun, the moon. And so that's all about the feels. And then the second half of July is going to be in the sign of Leo. So that's Leo season. And Leo season is fire. So it's going to get hot. It's going to get really hot. Leo is ruled by the sun. So it's our life force energy. And actually, before I get into the rest of the astrology report is that to be mindful that we have the planet Saturn. And the planet Saturn is about, what you're responsible for. The principal at school is like, excuse me, you've been tardy. It keeps us on the straight and narrow. Saturn in anybody's chart is what you promised you would come here to learn. Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008, and now it's moved into Aquarius. Okay, Pluto is hidden secrets, similar to Saturn. Saturn right now is in Pisces, and that is Pisces is water. It is escapism. It's, drinking, drugging, shopping. So in late June, it went into retrograde. And so there are retrogrades are about renew, rewind, revisit, redo. So Saturn in Pisces is it's a water sign, so it is about our intuition. So I in my immediate world, I've seen a lot of people using escapism, drinking, drugging, shopping, anything to not deal with anything in the world. So during this retrograde, it is a great time to face your fears and do the inner work. It's a great time to do your spiritual inner work. But getting back to Pluto quickly is that Pluto is now in Aquarius. And since it was in Capricorn, top-down structures. Pluto is in Aquarius, but it is going to retrograde in September, October, November, back into Capricorn. So what does all of this mean? What this means is that all the top-down structures that have hidden secrets are being brought down. And after September, October, November, we will be fully into Aquarius season. And Aquarius is technology. So we're seeing a lot of the AI things, a lot of Pleiadian, alien, extraterrestrial knowledge coming out. But we really are still in that tear down of the top-down structure. That's really why I brought all of this up in a roundabout way. Okay, so for July, we do have that Saturn in Pisces in retrograde. So as Yaila was saying, tap into your intuition. This is a great time. Pisces water, Cancer is water, intuition. Tap into your own intuition. There will be lots of things going on in the 3D world. The energies are extremely strong. If you look at the Schumann resonance, it's been very strong. We're all in a time of evolution, so to speak, upping our frequency. So tapping into your intuition and listening to your own inner guidance is the best place to be. Okay, so in the US, we have on the 4th of July, it's our Independence Day, because yes, we're all in this, all three of us. And it's a day to celebrate the homeland, which is Cancer. Because Cancer rules the home, the family, sensitivity. And so on the 4th of July, we have our Independence Day. And for the next, well, at least several months, we're going to have a lot of planets, that Pluto, the Saturn, Neptune, a lot of planets revisiting the United States, from the time of 1776, when the U.S. became independent. Okay, so we're coming back around. So as the United States wanted to become independent, we are now revisiting those energies and really revamping and recharging and changing the way that we want to move forward. So personally, this is a great opportunity for you to do it as well in your own inner gifts, in your own inner spiritual journey. My ear just started ringing. That's a confirmation. Yes, yes, yes. July 2nd, Neptune in Pisces, which is a water sign, is going to go retrograde. So we're in retrograde season. You know, all the planets are going to start to go retrograde. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And so we'll be revisiting a lot of things. This is very strong energy. Neptune in Pisces, which is Neptune rules Pisces, water sign, and then being in Cancer season. Okay, this is emo. Be a very emotional time. But what's wonderful is those emotions, our feelings. We often say, all three of us often say that, you know, our feelings and those emotions are our intuition, giving us messages, grabbing our attention. So Neptune also in Pisces rules like the media. So there can be deception, breaking down those top-down structures. There can be deception in the media, just deception, period. So it is time to up your spiritual practice. Meditate. You know, stay close to the spirit realm. Stay close to your inner guidance. It reminds me of years ago when Spirit gave me the message of there will come a day where you will not be able to believe what you see or believe what you hear. But it is your intuition that will get you through the days to come. And we're in these days. So I highly encourage that. And then on July 3rd, Mercury, the mind, moves into Leo. So this will be some fun energy. Lots of play. On the 5th, we have a new moon in Cancer. Cancer, so don't forget to make your new intentions, what you would like to manifest during this new moon in Cancer. So Cancer rules that home and family. And so it's a really yummy energy. It's a really yummy energy. And then on July 15th, Mars, which is the output energy, okay, warrior energy, and Uranus, which rules Aquarius, rules electricity. So sudden change coming together. Okay, so they're conjunct in Taurus. Taurus is rules Mother Earth, values, money, food. So it is an energy that can bring on sudden change. It's really like an explosive energy. Mars, the output energy, warrior, Uranus, ruling electricity, and swift, fast, sudden change. So this could signify some maybe earthquakes, anything that changes on Mother Earth. Now, if you're tapped into your intuition and your inner guidance, this sudden change can also be absolutely magical. The energies are very high and very significant. So you can either use them to be in fear or use them to tap into that intuition and let your guides or the divine, God, source, creator, whatever you relate it to guide you as to what this sudden change is about for you. And July 6th, Mercury, the mind, goes into retrograde shadow. So Mercury, 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after, go into their shadow. So, and it's going to be in Leo. So if things feel wonky, as they will be, very strong energies, that is why. And then on the 21st of July, we have a full moon, a blue moon in Capricorn at the last degrees, 29 degrees, which means it's on the world axis. Very, very strong. We had a full moon in Capricorn in June, and now we have another one, which is rare. It's very rare. But again, that Capricorn, top-down structures, that energy here to help us move into that Aquarian age, taking down all the top-down structures. But that full blue moon in Capricorn is at 29 degrees, which makes it, that's the last degree. And so it's about out with the old. What are you going to purge? Out with the old, top-down structures. Maybe releasing old world thinking. Healing wounds, because we have all the water energy in the beginning and still during that full moon. All the old wounds, because we have Chiron and Aries, North Node and Aries. And this full moon is going to be with Pluto in Aquarius, like I was talking about, power to the people. So shedding all the hidden secrets, you know, as we're walking into the new world of unity, power to the people, unity. So what is it that you can release for this full blue moon in Capricorn of old thinking, old structures, maybe service to self as opposed to service to the whole, because we're moving into that, whether you want to or not. So again, you can either go willingly and have that smooth transition, or be dragged, kicking and screaming. I know what I'm going to choose. No more struggle bus, as we've said in our videos. And then on the 22nd, the sun moves into Leo, which is such a yummy energy. And Leo rules like the performer. Leo is about fun. Leo rules love, the heart, life force energy. So we have the opportunity to spread the love, to feel the love, to put it out there into the world. Don't keep it to yourself. Of course, we have to learn to love ourselves first and do that inner work, which in the beginning of the month, prime time to be doing that work. And then on the 25th, Mercury moves into Virgo. And I mention this because Virgo is the organizer, is the critic, and Mercury, that mind. So watch out for being critical of others, critical of yourself. You know, Virgo is the sign of service, you know, being of service to others. The perfectionist, the organizer. So, you know, using critical thinking as opposed to being critical of yourself and others. If we can use that critical thinking for the highest and greatest good of all, as opposed to using it to criticize. Mercury, the mind, it'll be in for, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So if you find that you are being harsh on yourself or harsh on others, having those thoughts, know that it's because Mercury has moved into Virgo. And then on the 26th, Chiron, the wounded healer, that is in Aries, is going retrograde. Okay, so we're going to, again, another planet going retrograde. So Chiron is that wounded healer. Aries is the self. So it's a great time to dig deep and heal the wounds that you've inflicted upon yourself or maybe others. Where, you know, like maybe taking a look at, you know, where we've been selfish, where we've been service to self, and how has it affected another. So that's the prime time to do that. So I'm going to pull a couple of cards quickly. So overall, July it's going to be, we're going to have a lot of ramped up energy for at least the next, well, for the rest of the year, really. But the next July, August, September, October, November, the energy is very strong. But if you've been doing your inner work and connecting to spirit and following your own guidance, as we've been talking about for a while, this rest of the year can be absolutely magical. So I'm going to pull a card, and it's from the Crystal Intentions Oracle. Oh, what's the crystal we're going to need? Black obsidian. Look at that. Release negative thoughts. Maintain attention on the present moment. Increase situational awareness and improve responsible thoughts and actions. So the guides are saying black obsidian will be great to help support you for the month of July, because black obsidian does help with negativity. It helps ground us and supports moving forward in a grounded, positive way. Wow, that's great. I love it. And then from the Moonology deck, nothing will come of this situation. So it's void of course moon. So when we have a void course moon, it's when there are no other planets aspecting each other, really, or the moon. And so it's a time to be still and listen to your intuition. And wait for guidance for your next situation, next steps. So July is about staying close to spirit, listening to your intuition, and not making any quick or rash moves based out of fear or energies of the what's going on in the 3D world. Ooh, that's good. And last one. This is from the Kyle Gray. I love me my Kyle Gray. Kyle Gray, Angels and Ancestors. I picked this because we are clearing a lot of ancestral energies, ancestral wounds. But look at this, the Protection Guardian. So know that your guides, the divine, all and our beautiful extraterrestrial friends are watching over us, and trust that they have our best interest at heart, and that we don't have to get caught up in any drama or chaos, that we are divinely protected. The Protection Guardian will be with us for the month of July. I love it. Oh. Okay. So that's what I've got for July. Lots of energies going on. Stay in the love frequency, as I always say. Tap into your intuition and stay close to the spirit realm, whether it's extraterrestrial or your guides or God. All right. Peyton, I'm so excited to hear what is going to be, what the Pleiades have to tell us.
Thank you so much, ladies. I always love just hearing what you guys are reading out there, what you're getting. And I kind of love going last because I can see how much the Pleiadians are just echoing what you guys have said. And I had to laugh when Yaila was talking because she hit some points almost verbatim to what the P's are about to share with you. And y'all, I used to have my very first psychic development teacher used to tell me that if you heard something from two different teachers, you could take it to the bank. And so it makes me laugh that y'all are going to hear the same thing from three different intuitives today. So it is just letting you know, just getting a little validation to what we are seeing in just the energy themes right now. So as y'all know, I'm Peyton and I am a Pleiadian channel. And so when I checked in with the Pleiadians and asked them what they see in our collective energies for July, they wanted to help us understand the energetic context that we're in right now. So they explained in last month's energy report that we're going through what they have described as a void right now. And they compared it last month to moving through a fog. So they said that they see a lot of us in the awakened community feeling a little lost and confused right now. Like we don't really know what's happening or what direction we're going. Might be feeling a little unmotivated right now. And they wanted us to understand that that is right where we're supposed to be right now. So they encouraged us not to fight it if you're one of the many who are feeling like this. That is kind of a symptom of the energies that we are moving through right now. So they wanted us to understand what's actually happening behind the scenes. And so what they said is happening energetically right now is that our minds are trying to process all of this heightened energy that's hitting the planet. So as the ladies mentioned, if you follow the Schumann resonance and watch the galactic weather, the space weather, which most of us watch more than normal weather, then you know that it's just getting stronger and stronger. So what's happening is our minds are trying to interpret all this energy hitting the planet. But the problem is these energies have never hit the planet before. So our minds are trying to figure out what in the world is going on. So it's kind of like if you've ever been in a foreign country and you're surrounded by tons of people speaking a language you don't speak. And your mind kind of spins out, trying to make sense of what's going on, figure out what people are talking about, but you got nothing, right? Because you don't know the language. And that's kind of what's happening right now, is that we are getting bombarded as a planet with all this solar and galactic energy, and our mind has no language for it. So it just kind of spins around, but can't really land on anything. So what is happening is our minds are trying to translate fifth dimensional energies, but we have no frame of reference for that. So all the mind can do is either spin in circles, which a lot of us are probably able to relate to right now, or it just goes back to the old way, the way we used to do things. So the mind is just continuing to project because we know our reality is just a projection of the mind. Our mind is still projecting the old way because it doesn't have a language yet to translate the 5D energies. So how do we move forward then in these energies when our mind, which we've always lived by, doesn't really have a language for it? Well, what the P's are encouraging us to do as we move forward from this point on is to navigate by our feelings. What feels good to you? So, what makes you feel calm right now? What makes you feel peaceful and relaxed? What brings you joy? What lights you up right now? So, leaning into, and you've heard the three of us talk about this for years now, trusting your body. What is your body telling you? Because we can't navigate by the mind anymore. that system is breaking down. One of the reasons we're seeing so much chaos in our external world is we're just seeing the reflection of our minds actually breaking down. The old way is breaking down. So we can't really navigate the way we always have. So the way we move forward in this fog that the Pleiadians have been referring to is by how things feel to you. And when you think about it, that is a pretty simple, instruction manual. Move toward what feels good to you. So the Pleiadians have been making this joke lately in saying that we are all being called to be spiritual Roombas. So if y'all know those little round vacuum cleaners that go around on the floor sucking up all your Cheeto crumbs, well, we're being called to be spiritual Roombas, moving in the direction of whatever path is open, whatever is flowing, whatever feels good to you, even if it doesn't really make sense to the mind. Because remember, the mind has its own issues right now. So don't get sucked into what is going on with the mind. The mind don't know. So if you are a spiritual Roomba, you're just moving in the direction of what feels good to you right now, you're going to be on your highest timeline. Now, of course, we are all going to bump into, as Roomba does, run into a wall here and there, run into that coffee table. So what do we do with these little things that keep coming up in our life, or that we bump into from time to time? With these things, the Pleiadians always encourage us to bring it into your heart. Now, whatever that is, whether that is someone you're having conflict with, whether that is something you're seeing in the world that you kind of wish you weren't, whatever it is that is putting you in anxiety or fear or powerlessness, just bring that into your heart. Because when you do that, when you suck that into your heart, what happens is, first off, you delegate it to your higher self. You are handing that over to the part of you that knows the solution. So that is really effective right now. And the second thing that happens is that you are processing the energy. Now, you've heard the P's say many, many times that they're never encouraging us to avoid, suppress, or deny. So they're never telling us to put our blinders on and say, oh my God, that thing isn't happening. Because what happens when we are in avoidance, we freeze the energy in our energy field. So we don't want to do that. So when you bring anything that pops up in your day that throws you off your peace and joy, pop that into your heart. What happens is you integrate the energy. So you're not in that danger zone of being in suppression or denial or avoidance, because we don't want to do that. So this simple technique of bringing things into your heart is going to help you break down that last resistance that's showing itself to you. And it shows you that it's resistance and that it doesn't feel good to you. So bring that thing into your heart, super simple. And then go back to moving toward what brings you joy. So that is kind of the instruction manual that P's had for us for moving forward from this point on in navigating the new reality. Because as we do that, we start to move through things much more easily. And the P's wanted us to know that as we move through this time, and if you look at the world around us, yep, it can look a little chaotic right now, a little spicy, a little dramatic. But they said that our lives don't have to be chaotic as we move forward. But if we are in the mind, they will be. Because remember, the mind is just an operating system that's breaking down. So staying out of that operating system keeps you out of the drama. So getting back in your heart space, being that spiritual Roomba, just going back to what feels good to you, processing and integrating anything that is still an issue for you, because we still have them, bringing that into your heart is going to break down the energy so you can go back to moving in the direction of what feels good, what feels comfortable to you. So the P's are telling us that the energies in July are going to be all about peace and joy. And that is awesome news. We haven't really heard them say that in a nice long minute now. So it's always good to hear that we have peace and joy coming toward us, because most of us could use a little shot of that right now. And so this simple example that they're giving us for how to move forward can help us keep from getting really sucked into some of the crumbling that Corey referred to going on in our external structures, and doing what Yaila is saying, reminding us to stay in our intuition. So this simple formula is going to help you do that. It's kind of the instruction manual for how we navigate these energies. So following your interests, what is popping up for you that is bringing you joy now? And the piece said we can expect our interests to be changing. So you may notice that in these energies, you are losing interest in things that you used to spend a lot of time and energy on. And you may find you're being pulled in random directions, being obsessed with things that you can't for the life of you figure out why you are interested in this. And this is happening to me, y'all. I'm like, I don't know why I am obsessed with this, but I'm following the hunches and the nudges from my higher self, even if you can't see the logic with your mind. So the way your higher self is going to pull you onto your highest timeline is through your interests, your passions, and it may not make sense to the logical mind. So the P's are encouraging you, go in the direction of what is lighting you up right now. And that is how you navigate through the fog. So that is a little kind of two-step process for navigating the energies of the rest of the summer. And as the P's have been saying lately, the world you see around you is not where you actually are. And I kind of love that because it tells us something magical is about to appear. And I know we are all waiting for that. So that is what we have coming up in the month of July. Ladies, is there anything else that you want to chime in with?
I just want to say, Peyton, I love the analogies this month. They were cracking spiritual Roomba. That's like imprinted in my brain right now. You always have great analogies, but I just love the examples you brought up or guided us for this month. They're so freaking good. Thank you, ladies.
Yeah, the P's can be funny when they want to be. They have a great sense of humor. How about you, Corey? Anything jumping out at you?
No, no, I think that, we've just all, I love how it all ties together. But yes, spiritual Roma.
Y'all, I think about that at least twice daily since they started saying that. I'm like, nope, hitting the wall there, moving away from those crumbs.
Love it.
Yeah. So guys, we are so grateful that you tune in and watch these videos. We have so much appreciation for you, and we appreciate it when you like, share, comment, and follow. We love seeing how this lands with you guys and how y'all are experiencing these energies. So let us know in the comments below if there is anything else you guys want to know, and we will catch up with you again for next month's energy report. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.